editorial process really is focused on the purpose of the brand at the core. And when we think about editorial, it really encompasses 4 different areas. We think about it as either solving a problem, educating someone, helping inform some of their decisions, or finally entertaining. And so as you look at those different quadrants, it's really important for us to think through with those filters, do we have enough content in each of those areas? And most importantly, how are we creating engagement across those content quadrants? And so it's not just about producing the content, but producing the opportunities for someone to engage in that content. So really keeping those filters on and making them broad enough so that we allow for different life cycle experiences of a pet parent on any given day. It gives different reasons to come back and engage with us, but we really do keep a focus on those different pillars throughout our content strategy. The first thing I would suggest as advice is to define the purpose for why you want to create this content. Because not all content is created equal, in that you can create large volumes of content, spend a lot of money on it, but at the end of the day, it may not serve the need of that target customer. So understanding what's the white space and the value add you want to create for that customer, and then determining the purpose of the content and creating that value, and then back-ending into a couple of tests. I always suggest testing things first, but making sure, again, that it's value add to what somebody wants, and then watching the metrics around engagement. Are people engaging with it more or less? What's happening to them? Are they coming back again? And then the next tip I would offer is go and ask people what kind of content they're going to find valuable. I mean, it sounds very basic, but at the end of the day, you may have a hypothesis. Before you spend a lot of money on it, and especially if you don't have a big budget, really go out and ask and see what kind of validation you can get before you even begin testing. That can be very helpful. And then finally, set your metrics. Know what success looks like and what less than success looks like, so that when you've completed a test, you're clear on whether or not you've succeeded. And if you haven't succeeded, you need to always go back and look at what did we execute and why that might not have happened. It doesn't mean success or failure, it just means what's the next evolution to make it even better. Not every pet owner views their relationship with their pet the same as everyone else. There are certain pet parents who fit in the quadrant of our personas as treating pets as members of their family. And as an end result, they really want to engage and learn more and do just the right things for their pet. There are even those personas that the only child in the home in their mind is the pet. And so there's a very different persona and relationship with the pet that comes out of that persona. And so when we look at the different needs that the different personas would have, and we have several others as well, not every pet parent is going to want as much content. Not everyone's going to want as little of content. And so making sure we're clear on the different personas and the value they find in a content strategy is really critical. So knowing those personas, defining those personas, and then defining where's the white space that will be something that's a value add for them is critical. So of course, going out and surveying customers and understanding what it is they're looking for, and in our case, pet parents, understanding the different personas and what they're looking for is core. Along with being able to see engagement and measurement along the way to understand what they're interacting with. And so at the end of the day, personas, pet parents, core to what we do when we think about content.